let's chat. So listen, it's the age-old question. Can you be friends with somebody after y'all part ways, right? And my question is, if you don't part ways in a bad way, why you can't be friends? You know? Because we talking about if y'all done been together or y'all been having dealings for any, good period of time. I ain't talking about like 4 months or 6 months or something, because in 4 months or 6 months, you don't really know people, right? So y'all could meet, have a little something going on 4 months, 6 months, and then go on about y'all business and never miss each other, right? And so it wouldn't even matter if y'all was friends or not, to be honest, because you really didn't even get to know each other. You didn't give it enough time to get to know each other. And it don't matter how much time y'all was spending with each other, because really knowing a person is going to take time. It's going to take some days to happen, right? It's going to take some, and what I mean by days, I mean it's going to take some bad days to happen, some sad days to happen, some angry days to happen. It's going to take all of those days to happen, for you to really know what type of person you're dealing with. And you could deal with a person for a whole 6 months, maybe even a year, and they on a good run, so they never really have a sad day. So you don't know how they act when they sad. They never really have a bad day. Nobody in their family died, whatever, so you don't know how they process when they angry, when they hurt. So then in essence, you really still don't really know them, because you haven't really went through nothing with them. You ain't really seen how they gonna carry things when times get a little tough. You haven't seen what their communication is like when their whole world crumbling. Where they shut you out, where they stop answering texts, where they stop coming by. Like, you ain't seen none of that, So now the caveat to that is that you could meet a person and, hey, they going through a whole bunch in the 3 to 6 months that y'all, dealing with each other. Again, you still might don't know them, because if when you meet them, they going through a lot. Okay, number one, you and them could start trauma bonding, because you've been going through a lot too, so y'all can relate to each other. Still, you may not know them when they good, when they up, because that's the danger of dealing with a person whenever they down, because you don't know how they gonna act when they get up, and you don't know if they're gonna stick around and thug it out with you and still like you in the same way, or once they get up and they good, they don't even see you no more. In fact, they have the audacity to look down at you, because in their mind, they might have catapulted to a level that's even above where you done catapulted to, because maybe you still at the same level, and maybe they done messed around and got them a good job, or messed around and moved somewhere that they think is upper echelon or something like that, and they looking at you like, yeah, you ain't even my speed no more. So that's why I say it has to be some certain days, certain time periods, certain things have to go on in that person's life for you to really, really get to know them and know them, right? Just sitting up under a person because y'all in love, or because y'all hunching real good and everything is wonderful for a little time period, that ain't really getting to know a person. That's just spending time with a person. You can spend a whole bunch of time with a person and never get to know them. Understand me? It's a difference. It's a real difference. Sometimes we spend so much time with a person doing this, doing that we still don't know them. We's too busy trying to do stuff so we could post. We too busy trying to, let's go out to eat so we could post this. Let's take this trip so we could post that. Whole time you can't tell nobody nothing real serious about that person, what you done learned about them. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, that'd be weird. But like I said, in my opinion, grown people, if you have dealt with a person over a good period of time, you have came to know them, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And if y'all relationship do not work, y'all go y'all separate ways for whatever reason. If it's a amicable split, I don't see why y'all can't be friends. Like, if y'all just agree that, you know what, this ain't it no more. I done find somebody else I want to be with, and ain't nobody else, the other person cool with that for whatever reason, or you told that person, hey, this is what I'm doing, and they just had to accept it or whatever. Like, you know, life just moved on. But you ain't really showed them, dogged them, you ain't betrayed them, you weren't lying to them. Like, y'all just went y'all own ways. I don't see why you can't be friends. In fact, if y'all have dealt with each other over a period of time, I almost think it's a good idea to be friends. Only because if you have really spent a lot of time with that person, you know that person, and y'all really know each other, and y'all, you know, y'all don't hate each other, y'all have love and respect for that person, well, who's better to be your friend? After they done got to know you and you done got to know them, and y'all both know that, hey, it's not that you're a bad person, it's just that whatever we were trying to do didn't work. Y'all done sat there and licked and slobbed and did all kind of nasty things together. Who better to be your friend than that person? If you can't be friends with the person you done tried to suck the life out of or eat every crumb of, if you can't be friends with that person, who can you be friends with? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. But I guess the problem is that when people split up and go their separate ways, everybody be mad, and you know, a lot of times it's not a amicable split. You know, somebody's mad, somebody's super hurt. So then those are the kind of things that get in the way of y'all being friends. You know, but once y'all able to get past the hurt or get past the anger, a lot of times you might see that person years later, and you know, it's hugs and smiles, it's, you know, y'all cool, y'all good, y'all glad to see each other. You know, because a lot of times, you know, at least I speak for my situation. I done seen dudes that is just like, goodness gracious, but she might never want to talk to him again. But I done also seen situations that it's like, you know what? We, as a culture, we don't tend to do it. But we see other cultures that they can get with their exes, and the families have dinner together, the families celebrate holidays together, do everything as if they one big happy family. And I said to myself, when I have seen that, why we can't do it? What's wrong with that? Why are we the ones who can't seem to come together and let bygones be bygones? Okay, he done went on, he's happy with whoever he with, cool. Y'all got kids together now or whatever. Even if y'all don't have kids, y'all may be the only ones standing in a certain city together. Y'all may be each other's family. Y'all can't come over and, you know, share the holidays so one person don't feel lonely, like, or whatever. Like, we should be able to just be better humans, right? We should be able to have better communication, more thoughtfulness when we're considering other people and their situation. But like I say, because of how relationships end, a lot of times it puts us in a situation where, you know, we can't be friends. We have something against them. We feel like they did us wrong. They hurt us in a way that, you know, maybe ain't no coming back from that. You know, it's just better if we don't be friends, you know. And sometimes there is situations where it's good for y'all to go on with y'all life just because maybe y'all sexual chemistry is so strong that y'all always gonna be trying to go to bed with each other. And as long as y'all trying to go to bed with each other, that's gonna keep stuff brewing and spinning and turning, and really at some point all that stuff need to be turned off, you know. But if you can still be friends with a person that you once had a lot of love for, and that's not what y'all ain't always trying to jump into bed together, this, that, or the third, or whatever. Because one thing I done learned, to me, I feel like as you get older, listen, I don't see the excitement of just jumping into bed all the time as I get older. You know, it maybe was fun and exciting, and I don't know, you know, it was everything, just the curiosity of it, what they finna do, how they finna do, whatever. But as you get older, it's like, when you done sure enough had you some good experiences, I'm talking about you done sure enough had you some, what they say, you remember nights you couldn't remember nights. Baby, after you done had a few of them, a few times, then it's almost like, okay, well, what is this person really going to do that I have not already been privy to? What exactly are they going to do that I have not already experienced? You know what I'm saying? So it becomes less about that. It becomes less about sexual stuff and more about other things. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm team, let's be friends. You know, because I think the reality is that life be lifing. And sometimes the people that you really, start yearning for when life is doing this thing are the people who know you best. It have been times where I'm dealing with this dude, but I'm going through something that I know only this dude over here would really understand. And I just need to talk to him. I need to run this by him because he understands this. Because he knew me when. He knows the ins and outs of this. This new dude or whoever I'm dealing with, I would have to explain all of this, make him understand the ins and outs of it. But this dude over here that I used to deal with, he already knows all of that. So I need to get on the horn and holler at him because he understands. So I think that there are benefits to, being able to remain friends and have genuine friendships with people, especially after y'all have once had, a certain level of intimacy or a certain love for one another. Everybody know each other, even if everybody don't know each other, But a lot of times people like to say, well, when it's over, it's over for everybody. It's over with the family. It's over this. It's over that. That's not always true, and it does not have to be true. Now mamas and sisters and stuff, we could be a little messy when it comes to stuff, just because that ex person may be our preference, or the new person may be our preference. So we can kind of get messy and stuff like that. But when you really mature up and stuff like that, like, guess what? I could like this new girl that my brother is dating, and I could still have a respect for his baby mama, or I could still have a respect for the last young lady that he was dating. It's like, why do I have to pick? I either like you or I either like you. No. And just because he's with someone else that's new, don't mean he have to be disrespectful to the old girl. Especially if she ain't did nothing to him, especially if the reason for their breakup was not on her. When he see her, he should respect her. Hey, how you doing? Hope life is great for you. But us, and especially, I hate to say it, a lot of times as women, we want to see him mad with the last girl. We want to see him hating the other women that he's dealt with. For what? For what? You insecure if that's how you feel. Because a lot of times the reason they ain't together is because of him. So then why should he in turn hate her? When they would still be together had he been doing right. Because she was doing pretty good. But here, when the new girl comes, she can't stand to, if you were a little too friendly, you stay in that house a little too long, a lot of times. Now I have seen some chicks that they are mature and they can handle some stuff, and they not fazed by, whatever y'all have had going on. They understand you may be his baby mama, you might be his ex-wife, you may have been his best friend. They understand that there's still, a certain type of relationship there, and they're not fazed by it. They're good with that. And I just say that, hey, that's a certain level of maturity that we should all have, because you only get a couple good people in your life. Everybody that come in and out your life ain't gonna be good people. They not. Some of them people gonna be the worst people you could have ever met. The worst people you could have ever came across. You know what I'm saying? Your life would be so much better had you not ever ran across them. So when you do meet somebody that, hey, this is a solid individual, right? We may just didn't work out. Maybe we just wasn't for each other. Maybe him and her really was for each other. But it don't mean that I have to hate him, he have to hate me, because we still can respect and enjoy what it was we were enjoying from one another when we were dealing with each other. Now, like I said, no, it can't always be a sexual thing, because that's not healthy. But if we can still just have a mutual respect and love for one another, it shouldn't be a reason why we can't be friends. And by friends, I don't mean, okay, we on the phone, we texting all the time. No, I don't mean that, because when people are involved in other relationships, yeah, no, they shouldn't be texting somebody else all the time, especially of the opposite sex. No, come on, we grown. You got to move accordingly. But what I'm saying is that you don't have to hate them. You don't have to dislike them. And that's outside of whatever your girlfriend or whomever may be requiring. You don't have to dislike them, hate them. And just because you don't dislike them or hate them don't mean that y'all still going to bed together. Like, both things can be true. We're not going to bed together, and I still don't hate them. You know, we got to get out of, having to pick either or. Oh, y'all must still mess around. No, maybe I'm just mature enough to say, you know what? She was a good woman. And when I had her, I didn't have my stuff together. Now we're not together. Now I'm with you. But that doesn't make her any less of a good woman just because now I'm with you. See, and that's another thing, like us women, we have to get out of that. Don't think that you're so upper echelon just because you with him and she's not with him. Because what you have to understand is that it's very well a possibility that she outgrew him. She outgrew him. The thing she wanted, he couldn't wrap his mind around it. She needed him to come out the streets. You taking him in the streets. She didn't want him in the streets. She wanted him, but she didn't want him in the streets. You would take him if he was coming out of a dumpster just because you want him that bad. That wasn't her case. That definitely don't make you no better than her. Understand me? Dudes, y'all the same way. Y'all start feeling like, oh, well, if he was this and that, y'all would still be together. No, he was this and he was that. But maybe he couldn't deal with my temper anymore. Maybe he couldn't deal with the fact that I'm not going to have no kids and he want one. Or he want more. It's all kind of situations and scenarios why you and this person may not be together. Still does not mean that that person is the worst person in the world. That may be one of the best people you ever met and ever will meet. But for whatever reason, y'all could not line up and get y'all relationship together at that time. I just wanted to put a couple things on y'all mind. Y'all have a good one.